Hello, everybody, and welcome back to what is as the second part of what's been a rather truncated review of the 2023 Cheltenham Festival. It's now been over a month since the festival. We've even had racing in Ireland, which at Fairy House over the Easter Grand National Runners and Aintree, which also affects this review in some way. But for this programme here, we're just going to focus on the last 2 days of the 2023 Cheltenham Festival. For those that missed it, what I will do at the end of the show and now and at the end of the video is put a link to the review of the first 2 days of the festival. So everybody who has missed this opportunity to watch the first 2 days review can catch up after they've watched this. Right, we're going to crack on now. Thursday, the 16th of March, 2023 was the day, and we had a runner in the first race. The Turners Novices Chase. The Novices Chase over 2 miles and 4 furlongs. I mean, we were hopeful here because we had actually identified the odds-on favourite, Mighty Potter, who had subsequently won 2 Grade 1 chases for us in Ireland. And he was looking to make his hat-trick. So before we talk about the performance of Mighty Potter in this race, let's watch the race now, which we will do courtesy. We are reviewing the Cheltenham Festival, so we are able to use these races under fair use, but that won't stop the devils at Racing TV from pretending they own our content, which of course they do not. There is no Racing TV attachment to any of our videos. People look at the website there. Well, that's a lie, really. A couple of them we do have to use the Racing TV website, but this one is Sky Racing again. So here we are with the Turners Novices Chase, the first race of the third day of the 2023 Cheltenham Festival.
Go. So they're walking in, making their way around the first fence on the starting chute. All clear is given, and they're off for the Grade 1 Turners Novices Chase over 2.5 miles and quite a short run to the first of the 16 fences. And Stage Star is the first to begin. He was big at the first fence. A mistake on the outside by James de Burley, who rather landed in a bit of a heap. He's at the moment racing in 4th position. Didn't lose a great deal of ground in the very early stages. They take fence number 2. Stage Star leads there by a couple of lengths. They're all safely over to Balco Coastal, who races in second. Towards the inside, Not Long Till May is in third. James de Burley was much better over fence 2 than he was over the first, but he's a little bit keen racing up on the outside of Mighty Potter, who also is just slightly over racing, but nothing too drastic in the early stages. Davy Russell attempting, however, to get a bit of cover inside rail position for him. Then there's a break of around about 2 lengths back to Appreciate It and the Grey. Unexpected Party is the back marker. So they made the descent into the home straight. 4 fences now as they come up towards the enclosures. Fence 3 for Stage Star leads by about 2.5 lengths, skips over it to Balco Coastal, who's over in second. Not Long Till May in third. Mighty Potter has now inherited 4th, relegating James de Burley to 5th. Then Appreciate It, the leader, was very good over that. The leader is Stage Star. So he's racing on now towards the last 2 fences in the home straight. Stage Star, unhurried, leads by about 3 lengths. He's not getting any pressure on the lead at the moment. In second place now on the outside, Not Long Till May. Balco Coastal now relegated to 3rd as they go over the 3rd fence taken down the home straight. Next was James de Burley racing up on the outside of Mighty Potter, and then Appreciate It, and finally Unexpected Party. This will be the final fence in a circuit's time. And once again, all safely over. If you're going to crab Mighty Potter, he just slightly dived at that, but nothing too serious. And at the moment, he's racing in 4th position. He's only 4 lengths off the leader as they race now uphill towards the back straight in the Grade 1 Turners Novices Chase, the opener on day 3 of the festival. Stage Star and Harry Cobden lead the way to Not Long Till May and Adam Wedge in second place. 2.5 lengths back to Balco Coastal and Nico de Boinville in 3rd position. Mighty Potter, the favourite, Davy Russell in 4th, James de Burley out wide with Darryl Jacob in 5th place. They take the slightly downhill fence. Appreciate It, Paul Townend last but one, and Harry Skelton, Unexpected Party, still the back markers. And they're now racing a good 10 lengths off this leader who goes towards the water. Stage Star has made every yard of the first half of the contest as they go over the water jump. They all jump it well. Closing up now in second, Not Long Till May, racing up on the outside. And then there's a break of a couple of lengths back to Balco Coastal. And this is an open ditch. And again, all safely over. And once again, Stage Star, the leader, was very quick, very nimble, doesn't waste any time in the air as he goes now towards the next one. And again, he jumps it really well. Stage Star out in front. At the back of the field, Appreciate It wasn't quite as clever as one or two of the others. Now they take the dogleg turn, which carries them now on towards fence number 11, which will be the last of the open ditches. Stage Star leads by about 2.5 lengths, reaching for it in second place, Not Long Till May. Then a line of 3. Balco Coastal on the inside of Mighty Potter, and still wide is James de Burlay. A break then of a further 2.5 lengths to Appreciate It, and as they go over fence number 12, still the back marker is Unexpected Party. So about to swing the turn at the top of the hill. Next one they take will be the 4th from home in the Turner's Novices Chase, and Stage Star still leads the way. That advantage just over 2 lengths to Not Long Till May, who will jump in second position. This time the leader not quite as clever, but Stage Star still has the lead, but they're bunching up now, snapping away at his heels. Not Long Till May racing in second place. Balco Coastal to the inside is just in third. Wide is James de Burlay, and still covered up is Mighty Potter in a very close 5th. This is the 3rd from home, and it is still Stage Star who has got the advantage on the long run now down into the home straight with another 2 fences to take. Now, Not Long Till May begins to lay it down to Stage Star. Then in third, James de Burlay cutting to the inside. Mighty Potter is in 4th and now ridden by Davy Russell. They're racing down towards the second last. Not Long Till May on the inside. Stage Star trying to come back. Appreciate It smuggled into the race by Paul Townend, staying on now in third and has every chance. He just cuts across in front of James de Burlay, and then Mighty Potter, who is struggling to try and pick up the final fence. Stage Star jumps his way back into the lead. Not Long Till May towards the near side. Appreciate It on the wide outside. Mighty Potter tries to stay on, but it's Stage Star who is out in front for Harry Compton and for Paul Nichols, and Stage Star has won the Turners. In second, Not Long Till May, tight for third between, on the far side, Appreciate It, and on the near side, Mighty Potter.
Wow, a very interesting race there, I think, and I think it provided quite a surprising result, really. You'd seen that the UK winner there had been fairly exposed, I thought, earlier in the season at Newbury, but it came right for him on the day. And what more can you say? That's racing. I also add James de Burlay in that race, who we had also identified, as well as Mighty Potter, who finished third. James de Burlay, I think, finished in 6th place. Both of them really. Mighty Potter, it was very unfortunate for him to not complete his hat-trick. We'll look at these horses in more depth once the season is finished. But James de Burlay, that was a slight improvement on his run, you have to say, at the Dublin Festival, where at least he looked competitive for a while. Yeah, it was a very disappointing, though, to see our odds-on shot, Mighty Potter, not prove good enough to land the race at the Cheltenham Festival after winning 2 Grade 1s. You'll see there, I thought the ride was very defensive from Old Man Russell. Very defensive ride. You know, you look at how Jack Kennedy rode him in the 2 Irish Grade 1s, you'll see that give him a lovely sight at his fences, never had him tucked away on the inside, hiding him. You know, the horse was there for all to see in the other races. I thought Old Man Russell might have got that one a bit wrong, I think. Right, into the next race on day 3 of the Cheltenham Festival was the appearance of our only horse that we'd identified that was running out of novice company, and that was the Charles Burns trained Blazing Cal. That horse, the horse Blazing Cal, he actually turned up in the Stayers Hurdle, which is as the 3 mile hurdle race, which was the feature race on the 3rd day of the festival. Before we take a look at Blazing Cow, we'll watch the race quickly. We'll watch the race develop. The stage starring into 159 there to win the Turners. And now we are on to the Stayers Hurdle, race 4. And let's take a look at that before we take a look at how Blazing Cow is getting on.
Walking in now. Led in by Dashel Drasher. And they're off. And towards the outside, Home by the Lee claims the early lead. Dashel Drasher towards the inside. Flooring Porter now goes on between them. Flooring Porter, the dual winner, goes on as they prepare to rise at the first of 12 flights of the Paddy Power Stayers Hurdle. Flooring Porter, Dashel Drasher, Home by the Lee with the first 3. And at the moment, the 2 French Raiders are last and last but one. Gold Tweet is last, and Henri Le Farceur is last but one as they go now towards flight number 2. Flooring Porter by about a length and a half over Dashel Drasher, who took that flight in second. Home by the Lee is in third. Then there's a break of about 4 lengths to Ashdale Bob, racing on the inside of Cider Burley as they go over flight number 3. Classical Dream was next, followed by Tihupo, who raced on the outside of Paisley Park. Then Blazing Carl, Henri Le Farceur, and finally Gold Tweet. At the moment, racing around about 15 lengths off the leader, who is the dual champion, Flooring Porter, as they go now towards the flight taken at the top of the hill. This will be flight number 4. Flooring Porter clear in the hands of Danny Mullins as they rise at that flight and get terribly high, to Dashel Drasher, who took it in second position. And then Home by the Lee is in third. He's now come back to the rest of the field, who are headed by Ashdale Bob, who races just in fourth towards the inside as they go into the downhill turn. Cider Burley is next. Then there's a break of 5 lengths to Classical Dream, just trying to close up now on the flat. And then Paisley Park on the inside of Blazing Carl. Tihupo in no hurry, neither to Henri Le Farceur or Gold Tweet, as now they race down the hill and on towards flight number 5. In the Paddy Power Stayers Hurdle, the leader, Flooring Porter. Flooring Porter by just over 2 lengths to Dashel Drasher in second. Home by the Lee, a little wider, racing in third. Then Cider Burley on the outside of Ashdale Bob, who took that in 4th and 5th places. Classical Dream is next. He's then being followed by Blazing Carl. Tihupo on that one's outside. Towards the inner is Paisley Park, racing in advance of Henri Le Farceur, and Gold Tweet is still the back marker. So they come up the home straight for the first time, not yet at halfway in the Paddy Power Stayers Hurdle. And Flooring Porter still has a 2-length break over Dashel Drasher in second. Now nearly 3 lengths back to Home by the Lee, who is racing in third position. Cider Burley has now taken a clear 4th. Ashdale Bob is in 5th, and then a further 3 lengths back to the others, who are now headed by Classical Dream. And a mistake there at that flight by Home by the Lee. Very bad mistake. Took off in 3rd place. He's now been relegated to 5th. So they make the run through the halfway point, and it's Flooring Porter and Danny Mullins who still lead. Rex Dingle, Dashel Drasher racing in second. Cider Burley and Mark Walsh have now moved into 3rd. Ashdale Bob is in 4th. Home by the Lee in 5th. Classical Dream is in 6th. Blazing Carl is in 7th. To the inside, Paisley Park is racing in 8th. Henri Le Farceur is in 9th. Giopo is in 10th towards the outside, and still Johnny Sharon has Gold Tweet at the back of the field as they go over flight number 7, the first flight taken down the back straight. And a slight injection of pace here from Danny Mullins on Flooring Porter as they went down the back straight, and that's now giving him a clear advantage. He's opened up that lead to 5 lengths with just quickening it up down the back. Flooring Porter comes to next, jumped it well, much better than his nearest 2 pursuers, Dashel Drasher and also Cider Burley. With Home by the Lee recovering from that earlier mistake on the outside of Ashdale Bob as they go over the 3rd down this line of flights of hurdles. Paisley Park still at the back of the field and now being ridden along for the first time by Aidan Coleman. He's racing at the back together with Gold Tweet, and now they take the dogleg turn. They're now making the run on towards the 3rd from home, and Flooring Porter now being reeled in once again by Dashel Drasher in 2nd. Ashdale Bob on the outside of Cider Burley. Home by the Lee towards the outside, just been niggled along in 5th position. Classical Dream will jump in 6th, but he was out-jumped by Blazing Carl around his outside. Then Tiupo, who's been given a very patient ride so far. Paisley Park has now claimed a couple of places once again. He's gone by Henri Lefarceur, and still the back marker, as he's been throughout, is Gold Tweet. So now they begin to make the turn at the top of the hill, inside the final 5 furlongs now of the Paddy Power Stayers Hurdle, and it's the dual winner, Flooring Porter, who still has the lead and still travelling powerfully in the hands of Danny Mullins. To the outside is Home by the Lee. To the inside, Dash or Drasher. A break of just over 2 lengths to Ashdale Bob, who races in 4th. Blazing Carl. On the inside, Sire de Burlay. And on the outside, Chihupo makes ground in the hands of Davy Russell. Over the second from Home, and Flooring Porter did not jump that well, but he still has the lead over Dash or Drasher in second. Home by the Lee around the outside. Still creeping into it is Chihupo, who's now about to take 4th. Blazing Carl makes a copycat move to his inside. Sire de Burlay then towards the inner. They've kicked clear of Ashdale Bob, and then Paisley Park down now towards the final flight, and towards the near side it is Flooring Porter who grabs the rail. Dash or Drasher though has got the lead. A furlong and a half to go. Dash or Drasher has the lead over Flooring Porter, and then Chihupo. Sire de Burlay staying on towards the far side. The final flight in the stayers. Dash or Drasher still has the lead. He's got a host of the Irish right on his heels on the far side. Sire de Burlay on the near side. Chihupo. It's now Sire de Burlay who goes to the lead, and he will win for the 3rd time in the festival. Sire de Burlay wins for Mark Walsh over Dash or Drasher, and Chihupo close for 2nd and 3rd, and also close for 4th between Flooring Porter and Home by the Lee.
You got a 3-time festival winner, but not the one you were expecting. Sire de Burlay.
Well, what can people say there? Truly incredible race, really. The veteran 11-year-old Sire de Burlay running to a mark of 164 at odds of 33 to 1. To lead home the 10-year-old Dash or Drasher at 40 to 1. What a race. 3rd, Tiapu, the 6-year-old. You have to say, Davy Russell rode a superb race there on that horse. Nearly judged it to absolute perfection on the favourite. 4th was Flooring Porter. 5th, Home by the Lee. And only 6th, a very disappointing 6th, it has to be said, was Blazing Carl. And he hasn't ran since, so we can look now that that run of Blazing Carl of 154 was deemed 10 lower than the performance he put in when winning the Boyne Hurdle in February. Very disappointing run from the horse, it's fair to say. It's after winning 5 on the trot to finish only 6th in the stayers was very disappointing, and that really was the culmination really of what was a very poor day 3 for me. When you have an odds-on shot beaten in one race, you have a strong fancy beaten in another, and another one you've identified also fails to get in the first 5. With the 3 runners, it's very disappointing on day 3, it's fair to say. Right, we're going to move on to the 4th day now. But before we do that, the classics are gaining pace now. We've got the classic trials at Newmarket currently, as I sit and record this on the 18th of April. Anyone want to check what's happening in the classics this year, what horses I'm looking at, head to classicwatch2023.ml, where the site is starting to take shape now. The top 15 runners are all on there. And there is also a Roll of Honour up to early March 2023, containing the races won by all the horses on the site thus far. Right, day 4 of the Cheltenham Festival. Again, we didn't have one in the first race, the Triumph Hurdle, or the second race. We did, however, have one in the 3rd race, the Albert Bartlett. But before that, we've got to not use the Racing TV, website and find the race. We like to do this on camera, just so people can see that we are not using their videos and they can own any of our content. TV. Well, we had a bit of interest in this race. Really, horses like Dawn Rising, who we'd identified lined up in the Albert Bartlett, and I was hoping really that after winning a Group 3 and finishing third in another group race, that Dawn Rising might be able to do something in this Albert Bartlett. We've got other staying hurdlers, of course, that might make up into possible promising novice chasers in the next season. But for first, we do want to take a look at the Albert Bartlett at Cheltenham, which is the third race on day 4 of the 2023 Cheltenham Festival.
Once again, join Simon Holt for the Albert Bartlett.
Coming forward, Rock My Way on the inside looks like being handy. They jump away for the Albert Bartlett Novices Hurdle Grade 1. And why not give them a cheer as they make their way towards the first flight, with Stay Away Faye going very prominent under Harry Cobden, and Thomas Moore is there, and 3-car Bragg. And the pace looking pretty strong, quite a charge down to the first here. It's 3 miles and it's a tough race this for the novices. Embassy Gardens is up there with Search for Glory, and also Favori de Chandu in the firing line as well. Then Stay Away Faye and Thomas Moore and Rock My Way up the inside as they jump the second. And it was probably Favori de Chandu might have landed in front, just slightly over-jumped that flight. Towards the rear, We've All Been Caught, and Hidalgo Biue, and also Affadale Fury towards the back with Chianti Classico as they jumped flight number 3 and now heading towards the uphill run towards the 4. Thomas Moore now and Rock My Way on the inside with Stay Away Faye. These 3 just ahead of Favori de Chandu. Embassy Gardens in the dark blue yellow stripe on the outside. Just in behind them is Saint Palais, We've All Been Caught, and then towards the inside is Hidalgo Biue. After these in a blue cap, Search for Glory, followed by Let's Be Clear About It. Then Hidden Valley Lake, who's out wide, followed by Shambally Kid in a white cap. Towards the back, Corbett's Cross held up towards the rear, the favourite in the McManus green and yellow hoops, white cap, Corbett's Cross. Dawn Rising is in a green cap. Out wide towards the rear is Seabank Bistro. Also Monty's Star is towards the back and rather wide. Chianti Classico back on the inside, just behind Affadale Fury.
Being ridden already, I mean.
As they now begin to run down the hill, Santa Clegane is just about the back marker. So downhill they go and on towards the next. And Embassy Gardens now taking a turn in the lead on the outside of Stay Away Faye. Thomas Moore towards the inside. In the centre maroon sleeves is 3-card Bragg as they take this one. A bit awkward there, 3-card Bragg. Up the inner is Rock My Way, still handy. Favori de Chandu and Hidalgo Biue right up the inside. They are followed by Saint Palais and Shambally Kid, just preceded by Search for Glory. Hidden Valley Lake is round the outside of Corbett's Cross, and Let's Be Clear About It, as they make their way now towards the next flight of hurdles, which will be the last after another circuit. Towards the back, Dawn Rising just nudged along at this stage. Seabank Bistro is out wide of Sander Clegane, and Monty's Star towards the back of the field as well. On then to the next, Embassy Gardens on this near side in the blue with the red cap. Thomas Moore with the big white blaze and Rock My Way, and Stay Away Faye probably just 4th over that one from 3-card Bragg. They are followed then by Favori de Chandu. Then back in the field is Search for Glory on the outside of Saint Palais as they make the run now back towards their starting point. Hidden Valley Lake is on the outside. Shambally Kid is not too far behind them, maroon with a white cap. Let's Be Clear About It in light blue. We've All Been Caught. Hidalgo Biue towards the inside. And then behind these is Corbett's Cross, who's just getting a bit closer and really tanking at the moment, Corbett's Cross, as they head on towards the next flight. Embassy Gardens, Stay Away Faye, 1 and 2. 3-card Bragg is very handy. Thomas Moore jumping up. And then on the outside in the blue cap is Search for Glory. Rock My Way is still right there. Black Jacket on the inside, followed by Hidden Valley Lake and Let's Be Clear About It, and Corbett's Cross getting very much more competitive now. The green and yellow hoops, white cap there, Corbett's Cross under Mark Walsh, and they're followed back in the field by Sander Clegane, and then Chianti Classico, and then We've All Been Caught as they jump the next. Oh, and a bad landing for Saint Palais there, and loses a bit of ground. Embassy Gardens meanwhile still shows them the way to Stay Away Faye and Thomas Moore and Rock My Way up the inside. They're followed in the light blue by Let's Be Clear About It. Shambally Kid just behind 3-card Bragg. Corbett's Cross right there with Search for Glory. And then Affordale Fury is improved towards the inside from Chianti Classico, and then Hidden Valley Lake. And behind those, we've all been caught as they landed over the next one. And now heading towards the top of the hill, Sander Clegane is chasing them hard. They're very well grouped together indeed in this Grade 1 Albert Bartlett Novices Hurdle. Rock My Way on the inside. Seabank Bistro has been pulled up. Rock My Way, Thomas Moore, Stay Away Faye and Embassy Gardens, 4 in a line, followed by 3-card Bragg. Then Let's Be Clear About It. Corbett's Cross is just in behind them. Affordale Fury towards the inside. Many chances as they start on down the hill with 2 flights left to jump. Hidden Valley Lake is towards the outside, and then behind these Sander Clegane as well. So heading on, scattering the birds as they run down to the second last. Embassy Gardens with 3-card Bragg. Stay Away Faye. Here comes Corbett's Cross towards the outside. Fiddle Over. Stay Away Faye, possibly just the leader there. Thomas Moore. Then in behind them is Affordale Fury. Rock My Way on the inside. Let's Be Clear About It. Light blue coming through Shambally Kid as they straighten up for the long run to the final flight. Corbett's Cross on the left in that white cap. Let's Be Clear About It. Stay Away Faye. 3-card Bragg. They're followed by Affordale Fury, and Sandor Clegane is staying on from the back of the field, but Corbett's Cross just about coming through to challenge Stay Away Faye now. Stay Away Faye, Paul Nichols, Harry Cobden on the near side is Corbett's Cross. Affordale Fury is just third. Then Let's Be Clear About It. Oh, and he ran out of the last. Corbett's Cross ran out into the wing of the last flight, and Stay Away Faye is left in front, chased home by Affordale Fury and Sandor Clegane. Stay Away Faye is all out. Sandor Clegane is getting closer, but it's Stay Away Faye who wins a dramatic Albert Bartlett. Affordale Fury and Sandor Clegane fighting it out for second, then 3-card Bragg in fourth. Let's Be Clear About It. And
again, a very interesting race there, I think. First thing I will say, that the winner, Stay Away Faye, is quite decent, quite a decently bred horse. You know, it shows prospects for novice chasing next year, and definitely has to go down as an eye catcher ahead of the novice chasing campaign. It backed that run up to a certain extent straight after Cheltenham with another run of 146 when fourth in the Grade 1 equivalent at Aintree that is worth £20,000 less to the winners. But it did win well at Cheltenham, Stay Away Faye. And although it couldn't do the Cheltenham and Aintree double, you know, that has to go down as a possible eye catcher ahead of novice chases next season, or even staying hurdlers. Very promising horse. L1, we'll have a look to see how Dawn Rising got on, because that is another one that hasn't ran since. And you'll see there that Dawn Rising, in fact, was the last pulled up at 20-1. It ran a fairly disappointing race, it has to be said. You know, it was always one of the first under pressure. And although there was a 1 or 2 pulled up before it, you know, once it got to the second last, Luke Dempsey pulled it up before the last. Disappointing run, really, it has to be said, I think. The horse is quite well bred. You'll see there that run actually went down as a 0. It's run a couple of times around the 140 mark, including when winning a Grade 3 and Grade 1 place. So to be pulled up at Cheltenham has to go down as a fairly disappointing effort there from Dawn Rising, without any shadow of a doubt. The last race we had interest in at the 2023 Cheltenham Festival was the 6th race on the final day. The Grade 1 Paddy Power Mare's Chase. Miss Paddy Power, I think the race is called. I wouldn't recommend them as a bookmaker, Paddy Power. I just wouldn't. You know, they obstruct me no end. I mean, if you're looking to win, then Paddy Power will not help you do that. They'll block you from promotions as soon as you get in front. So I would definitely look elsewhere if I was that way inclined. The Mayor's Chase at Cheltenham, we had 2 runners in it. We had Allegory Devassi and Impervious. And to be fair to us, it looked like we had a strong hand in this race. But we thought we had strong hands in other races, especially on the 3rd day. And on the 2nd day with Gaelic Warrior. And it just hadn't worked out at all to this stage. So I was pretty nervous, really, watching the 6th race of the 4th day, because they were both very short in the market, Allegory Devassi and Impervious. Neither of them had done anything wrong, really, coming into this race. Allegory Devassi had won 2 Grade 2 Mares Chases and 2 Mares Novice Chases, and Impervious had won a Mares Chase, and it also won a Grade 3, where it was taking on Geldings, where it beat a subsequent Grade 3 winner in the Rabcore-owned Journey With Me. And that's a nice horse. Not top class, but nice. So before we take a look at the 2 hours, let's take a look at the Mares Chase.
Magic Days takes a turn. The flag is raised. And they're off. And Magic Days has planted. She's refusing to jump off with the others. Magic Days has refused to race. So this is the Mrs. Paddy Power Mares Chase Grade 2. And Magic Days already out of the contest, having refused to race. They go towards fence number 2. Pink Legend, last year's runner-up, towards the outside of last year's winner, Ellie May, with on the inside Dulcita. Ellie May was just jumped into by the other JP McManus-owned horse, Impervious, as they crossed over that 2nd fence. Over the downhill section of the course, and now on towards fence number 3. Pink Legend has the lead in the hands of Charlie Deutsch. A very bad mistake by Riviere d'Etel. Hit that fence very hard. Jordan Gainford had to sit tight on the 2nd of the greys, with only Jeremy's Flame behind, and now they have a long run down the hill before they encounter fence number 4 taken in the home straight. So it's Pink Legend who has got the lead to Zambella, racing in 2nd. The 2 Brits, 1st and 2nd at the moment. Racing in 3rd is Ellie May. Then Dulcita to the inside rail of Impervious as they made the turn in. Allegory Devassi out quite wide. The very pale pink colour sported by Paul Townend. Then on that one's inside, Riviere d'Etel as they go over the 1st fence taken in the home straight. The back marker was Jeremy's Flame. On now towards the 2nd plain fence on this line. Pink Legend leads the way to Zambella, and Ellie May a little bit wider as they get over that. Dulcita, the red colours on the inside of Impervious, followed by Allegory Devassi, and then she's followed just a half length away by Riviere d'Etel, and a length and a half back to Jeremy's Flame. So they go on to now the fence, which will be the 2nd from home in a circuit's time. Pink Legend has got the lead. She rises now, jumped that beautifully to Zambella in 2nd. The previous winner of the race, Ellie May, the almost white mare, racing in 3rd. Dulcita tight up against the inside rail with Impervious for company. And this is fence number 7 they cross, and they're all safely over. So now a field of 8 set out on their final circuit, with Magic Days not going with them right from the start. And it's Pink Legend who leads the parade of the mares. To Zambella in 2nd, and Ellie May is in 3rd, Impervious between mares. On the inside is Dulcita, followed by Allegory Devassi. She's jumped very straight so far today, having shown that tendency to go right-handed last time out. Last but one is Riviere d'Etel, and the back marker is Jeremy's Flame, switched off as they make the run now on towards the 1st fence taken down the back straight. Fence number 8 in their sights. Pink Legend, quick and low over that, but still has the advantage over Zambella to her outside in a close 2nd. Ellie May a wide trip, followed by Impervious, and then Dulcita right through on the inside. Allegory Devassi is next. They go now over the one and only water jump taken in this race, and again they all jumped it well. And Zambella now has put some pressure on Pink Legend, and Zambella just noses the lead in the hands of Darryl Jacobs Jacob in the double green. Here's the first of 2 open ditches, and Pink Legend, having been headed, blundered at that ditch and now switches out wide as Zambella drifts into the inside rail. So it's Zambella and Pink Legend. These are the first 2. Ellie May out wide will jump in third. Dulcita and Impervious in a share of 4th and 5th. Then Allegri de Vassi given a very patient ride. So too Riviere d'Etel, having survived that very early scare with that blunder early. The back marker remains Jeremy's Flame. Final open ditch, Zambella kicked into it by Daryl Jacob. She responded with a mighty leap. She leads by a length and a half to Pink Legend in second as they climb the hill, going on now towards the next. This is going to be the 13th. Zambella by just a length to Pink Legend in second. The white Ellie May to the outside in third. Impervious a little awkward on landing over that. Followed next by Allegri de Vassi, who's just now beginning to creep a little closer. She's gone by Dulcita, and then a half length to the outside Riviere d'Etel, and still Jeremy's Flame going to be played late at the back of the field. They're going now towards the 4th from home, and Zambella just jinked out a little bit right-handed over that, but she still has the lead. And now they begin to make the run down the hill. In the Grade 2, Mrs. Paddy Power Mare's Chase, Zambella has the lead to Pink Legend in second, and now Impervious begins to make ground in third. Ellie May is out wide as they cross over the 3rd from home. They're queuing up with Pink Legend taking the lead, and down there is Riviere d'Etel. Riviere d'Etel fell at the 3rd from home, hampered Dulcita, who may well have been beaten at the time. They're now beginning to make the turn back towards home. Just a quarter of a mile to go, and 2 more plain fences to take. Charlie Deutsch on last year's runner-up Pink Legend still have the lead. Impervious, however, is taking dead aim towards the outside in the hands of a motionless Brian Hayes. Now also staying on, Paul Townend aboard, Allegri de Vassi and Impervious. These 2 now are going to battle it out as they race down towards the 17th and final fence. Impervious over on the far side, a slender lead, but a big jump on the outside by Allegri de Vassi. She was straight and true, and she took the lead. Impervious, however, is battling back tenaciously to the inside rail. Impervious will not hear of defeat. She's now a perfect 4 out of 4 over fences, and Impervious is the champion mare. In second came Allegri de Vassi, in third Pink Legend, and in 4th Zambella.
Finally, a horse of ours identified on this channel, on the YouTube channel, since we started looking back in August 2022. Finally, one of them has won at the 2023 Cheltenham Festival, and the horse in question is Impervious, a horse trained by Cole Murphy and ridden by Brian Hayes, bought by JP McManus 2 runs ago, and Ireland's biggest gambler has been proved right, running to a mark of 159 in that race. A great performance from Impervious. Disappointing, really, although we had 2 and they both couldn't win, to see Allegri de Vassi lose her unbeaten chase record, running to a mark of 155. She actually jumped and took it up, the 6-year-old there, I think people will see. But the 7-year-old Impervious was not for passing by Shantu out of a Kalanisi-sired American-bred mare, Blodge. There was no stopping her, and she surged back up over Allegri de Vassi to land the Grade 1 Paddy Power Mare's Chase. Disappointing, really, that was our only victory of the 2023 Cheltenham Festival, and it didn't even pay 2 to 1. But just goes to show, really, how disappointing we were, really. It was tempered by the fact that I know, really, just how tough this meeting is. It's a very tough meeting. We've had plenty placed, but Impervious was the only one to get her head in front. So congratulations to her. So we're going to wrap up Cheltenham Festival 2023 now. We've reviewed both days. May I take this opportunity to thank Steve Allpress for taking the time to preview the festival back in March. I will drop a link to the playlist of all the coverage, maybe at some point, but it's available on the Reprieve Media CIC YouTube channel and as highlights on Twitch. But for now, I'm going to leave the stream there. Quick reminder, don't forget, if you want to know what's happening, what I'm thinking in the classics, the upcoming flat classics, then head to classicwatch2023.ml. But for now, I will leave the video there. Thank you very much, everybody, for supporting the channel and watching the videos. It is very much appreciated. Reviewing of the National Hunt season will hopefully continue with the Irish meeting at Fairy House and the Aintree meeting, which has always also happened. So we'll hopefully review them in due course. But for now, take care, everybody, and look after yourselves.